Okay, everybody, today I'm in the bathroom because, well, it's nice in here. Just thought I would try recording it. So that's what I'm doing right now, so yeah. I really hope that the audio comes out better than when I do it in my room, because I keep on touching my microphone, I think. I don't try to. I keep my hands on the side of the phone. I don't even touch the microphone. So, yeah, I don't know. But let's get into this. So, Deku and Wrath arrive at UA. And they come in. They come in class and they try to take their seats, like a good student, because they know that their mother is in there. So what they do is, Mom's gonna run 5 more minutes. We should just sit down and wake her up in 5 minutes. So they come in. The first person to notice them is Jiro. So she screams out, "Oh my god, it's the people that broke All Might's record." And we're like, what? Why? Me? How come? And, next thing that happens is, everybody's swarming around the two of them. And a lot of the girls are focusing on Deku, because they be like, "Damn, he be kinda hot." Boys are swarming around Wrath, or whatever the name is, because damn, she be kinda hot. So two of them get separated, into one half of the class and another half of the class. So, Mazawa finally wakes up, and it's like, "Everybody get to your seats now." And they see the expression that says, I was just rudely awakened from my sleep, I will kill all of you. So those two instantly get to their fucking seats. And the others are like, who is this guy? Who the hell is this dude? It's like, so Ida pops and I was like, "Sir, excuse me, ma'am, this is a school for heroes. I think you should be on the sidewalk." And I saw looks at him like, "I'm your teacher." Erase the head door. So she be like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And they're like, "Yeah, that's Wrath and Deku." Like, "Yeah, that's our teacher." You ask them, "How do you know that?" "'Cause that's their mother." So they'd be like, "Wait, you guys are related by blood? You guys don't look like it." "No, not by blood, but we're adopted." So she'd be like, "Oh, okay. Oh, okay, right. Haters gonna hate. Shaker's gonna shake. Shake it off. Yeah, I'll just continue this in a minute, because it is weird being on the bathroom. Okay, so, yeah, I thought everything was paused for a second. I'm retarded. Okay, so last I left off, they were explaining how that was their mother and stuff and shit like that. So they go to the changing rooms, and Deku only visible part of him is his face hood thing. So wait, no. I just realized, there was no changing area for him, so I'll be like, "Okay, Val, you have to change with the girls." And he's like, "Why do you hate me? Why do you do this to me?" And she looks at him with dead eyes and is like, "It's fun." So he enters the room and he's like, "Hey, Wrath, can you cover my eyes or something?" And she's like, "Of course I can. But you only look at..." No, she's like, "Why would I do that when you just look at me?" So he like, why do you do this to me every single time? She's like, because it's fun, of course. So the girls get changed and they sneak back in to see what to watch Deku change because they purpose. So he takes off his jacket, he takes off everything, and they see clothes under clothes. So they're like, what the fuck? Spikes protruding. But really, that's his skin, but it's really fucking hard. So like his armor is skin, and his bones are, and the spikes are his bones protruding out. Yeah, so he puts on the pants only because he doesn't think that he needs the shirt. And he begins to step out. All the girls run away and they're like, run. So they get to the court. As I was like, Val, here you go, throw it as far as you can. He was like, he'd be like, yes, okay, yes ma'am. So he throw it. He gets second place because Infinity, you know. So Wrath gets third. Next up, long jump, Deku can fly and Wrath can fly. So they tie for first. Speed test. Deku's so fast, Deku's so fast he can outpace Ida with the rest of burst. It'll still be close, but he can outspeed rest of burst Ida. So he beats Ida still, and he like, wow, the fuck? How the okay, I'm just gonna let that side. So side-to-side launches, second. I don't know why he would get any. Grip strength first, Wrath second, 50 meter, yeah, I did everything, so Deku comes in first overall, Wrath comes in second overall, and let's see, Jiro comes in third overall, because I want to see her do good, you know, what if. I didn't notice the ad came up. I'm sorry, how long were you guys looking at that? My eyes were closed and I didn't notice. Hopefully I don't get like sued or something. Like, will something bad happen? I don't know, I hope not. So Bakugo, she mad. She pretty angry that she got 5th. Now, didn't Bakugo get like 7th or 6th in total, or like 4th or something? Because he does not have the best quirk. Here's every way that somebody in Class 1A can beat Bakugo. Uraraka just has to touch him. Momo just has to get a gun. And like maybe a suit that can protect her from explosions. Todoroki, he can beat him, he just hasn't tried. Moneta throw balls all around and tries to hit him. And make him hit the ground. He wins. Uraraka touches him once. Todoroki picks up a glass shard from where he picks up a shard because he breaks everything, so I got him much. Who's next? Tillman, beat the shit out of him. Octopops, not really well. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do right now. So now we're moving on to the fights. Yeah, fights. So it is Deku and Jiro versus Wrath and Bakugo. So Deku really just like wearing what he would normally. He ain't really wearing anything. He's wearing pants. But his armor is like skin pants. His armor is like a skin, but he still puts pants on. Because common beats decency, but it melts into the armor, so like, no, it's not really nice one. So Deku just says, "I'll take Wrath, you take Bakugo." Jiro be like, "What? Why shouldn't we work together on Wrath?" And he be like, "Yeah, you don't want to be in the middle of that." And she like, "Oh, okay." So they enter the building. They be walking around, you know, all cash. And Wrath busts down the wall because she wants to fight Deku. Because they haven't fought in a long ass time. She's like, hey, you fight me right now. And he's like, okay. So he summons a sword and an axe. She summons her shield and sword and shield. So they be dueling out there. And then they knock their swords away somehow. So the battle escalates into where they're turning into their wyvern forms or elder dragon forms. So she tries to wrap around Deku because she like can wrap around him. She, that's what she thinks. Because she hasn't seen all of his fights. She only sees a certain amount, not all of them. But what he does is he flies up, and she's like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Turns around, flies up, go and just dive bombs into the ground with her hitting first, and then pins her to the ground and lets off a giant bomb of the acid stuff that he can breathe. Just that it doesn't burn. It's like the normal effects in game. That's what it does for humans, if you wanted to. Can still knock you out, but it's not yet. So, she be scratching him and shit. And she finally gets her tail and is able to stab him. Inject some poison into him. So he's on the ground, like, trying to get back up. And she's continuing to beat the shit out of him. So then he fakes his death, and so he faints, fake knockout. So she's like, "Ha, Elder Dragon, Vaal 1, Vaal 0, Wrath 1." So like they're raised her on the counter. So she walks over, and she tries to put the tape on. But Deku does what he does in the game, so gets back up all of a sudden and starts blasting his shit everywhere. And she gets knocked out, and then he wraps her up in tape. And they're like, "That's dishonorable." I was like, "Where's the only speaking to his teammate, young as all, that was not honorable at all." And he's like, "What's the point of honor? Why would you honor a fight if it's a villain? You should be doing everything you can to take them down. Not being honorable and doing a 1v1, not a 2v2, blah, blah, blah." So Jiro tells Deku that she found the bomb. Well, both of the bombs. Get it, you get it. So he goes to her. So he walks in, all willy-nilly, just passing Jiro, saying, "Get to the bomb." So, sword and axe, as usual. No, he just summons the sword. And he's like, and she be screaming, "You're gonna need more than a sword to protect yourself from me." So she rushes at him. 2 seconds later, she's on the ground with a sword to her neck. So he motions to Jiro, like, "Get the fucking bomb." So she do, and they win. Deku MVP. Everybody else's fight, I don't really know how it would matter. They all get the same scores. So what's next? Oh god. USJ. So let's see how they do that. They use Wrath and Deku as buses. Because they're like, "No, fuck it, I'm fine with it." So most of them get onto Wrath because they're like, that's garbage. He's literal garbage. So nobody gets onto Deku's back, but then Jiro and some other girls come over and sit on his back, so he be happier. So they be flying to the area, and as I was like, if you look to your right, you'll see such and such. So they land, and 13 comes out to see 2 dragons. Well, she believes that they're dragons because she doesn't know the difference from wyvern to dragon. And she's like, dragons! And Deku just be, and Wrath be like, that's so rude. I am a wyvern, thank you very much. She's like, what? Dragons speaking. Okay, explain. As I gets down, tells them that it's their quirk and stuff. Deku G transforms, still with like 6 girls on his back, so he's just like carrying them all. So he be putting them down one by one. Shit. So Deku's nose starts to sniff around a lot, so he like, hey ma, there's danger in there, I think. She doesn't believe him. Just because. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, yeah. Oh, God. I'm gonna go. Oh, that's a good scratch. Okay, let's get this over with. I'm so sorry. Villain attack. The portal opens, and out comes Shigaraki. And dun. Deku's mother. Wow. No, there's no reason for her to be here, really. She's just mentally ill. And beat the shit out of kids. She's not a villain. She's just a very bad parent, so, like, yeah. They all come out, and they get transported to their areas. But he wanted to have Wrath because he wanted Wrath to get teleport straight to him because she was the only one that, because he only saw a wyvern and didn't search for anything else. I was like, I need her. So he's like, join the League of Villains or else you die. And she's like, I would never do such a thing. So he puts another feeler on his neck. Are you sure about that? And she's like, yes, I'm sure. Puts another finger down. Are you really sure? And he's like, yes, I'm sure. Puts his 4th finger down, and she answers no. So he's just like, Nomu, kill her. So Nomu grabs her, throws her across the shit into the stairwell, and then pummels the shit out of her. And runs back to Shigaraki. So Deku transforms. So Deku has Tsuyu and everybody. That was Tsuyu and Mineta on him. But he sees Wrath's body in the wall, in the staircase. So he runs over, like, please God, no, not her, anyone but her, please. So she be whispering, so he ran over and says, Wrath, wake the fuck up. Now's not the time to be sleeping. That's not the time to be asleep, you know? So she's like, why don't you cry, Zuko? Well, why don't you ever cry? He's like, because there's no reason to cry, alright? Now come on, let's get you out of here, alright? You're gonna be perfectly fine, okay? So she's like, I'm dying, bro. I'm dying. Just remember that I'll always love you. And that you have to move on from me at one point. Have a nice rest of your life. And shit like that. I don't know. So she passed away right there. No, let's say that some of the class wasn't disbanded. It was just like majority, and some are still there. So they see that happened to her. So Deku stays in silence for like 10 seconds there. And then red eyes, and then like red glow starts to come from his face mask. And Aizawa is still shocked, so shocked to see Wrath die that she runs over. So Deku stands up, summons his axe and sword. And you know what he does? He looks as if he's doing the flying raging because he be speed and kill. Alright, speeds over to one, chops off his head, speeds over to another, chops him in half, speeds to another, chops his arms and legs off. Summon a fucking longsword and like slices half of them, slices a shit ton of them off, transforms into his Elder Dragon form, blasts down as much acid as he could. Like there's a big ass cloud covering everything, so now he's hidden. So he de-transforms and starts to just murder all of them. Alright. So then he gets to Nomu and he easily just murks it. So Shigaraki, she just sees a fucking demon with red eyes looking dead at her. She's like, Kurogiri, open the fucking portal. Open the fucking portal. Open the goddamn portal, Kurogiri. Yes, ma'am. So they escape and Deku's super fucking pissed. Cause they killed his girlfriend. He's still fucking mad. So he walks back over to his girlfriend. Well, ex-girlfriend now. So. Picks her up and takes her to a place where she was like, you know, let's have a conversation real quick. If you were to be buried somewhere, where would it be? He's like, where would you be buried? She said somewhere really fucking pretty. Like a little cave that she used to go to as a kid. That somehow had such bright blue waters that it was fucking hard to see. With a bunch of fucking cool ass rocks. Or like on the beach or something like that, I don't know. So he just walks out the building and starts to take her there, and they're like, what the fuck is he doing? But well, everybody really, what he really did is actually, he just walked past everybody, including the dead person, and sat outside. So the class comes out to say, hey, are you okay? Are you alright? Is everything okay? Wait, mine. He's like, no, I'm perfectly fine. What can make you think that I'm not perfectly fine? Well, you sort of look as if you want to kill yourself right now, so I'm just saying, Of course I want to kill myself. My girlfriend just died, and I couldn't do anything to stop it. So, heroes finally fucking come. And they come in to see Aizawa crying over a corpse. Okay? And they don't see Aizawa. They've never seen Aizawa cry, so they rush over there as fast as they fucking can. And Deku's just sitting there and looking disappointed in himself and shit. So like, what happened? I couldn't do anything. I just couldn't. So shit goes down. Deku, they're out of school for like 2 fucking weeks and shit. Deku more because he just saw his loved one died right in front of him, holding him, basically. So like, yeah. He don't go to school for like 3 weeks. And they delayed the sports festival and shit, so like, I don't know. Deku finally comes back. He enters the classroom and everybody's fucking quiet. Me as hell. So, you know, the part where everybody comes to see them and be like, I'm gonna beat you. Manaba pops up and is like, looks like Class 1A lost all their spark. What? I thought they were supposed to be the greatest out of all of us. And Deku, not wanting to deal with his fucking bullshit, slams him to a wall, makes a fucking crater, and puts a sword to his neck and is like, say another thing, I swear to God, I'll cut your head off. He's like, huh, you wouldn't dare. He pushes it so he's bleeding now. He's like, I'm sorry, it was just a joke. So he throws him to like kendo or some shit. And he says to her, keep your mutt in check. So that's the end of part 5. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna go fuck to sleep, bitch.